Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be sharing my favorite drugstore. I'm gonna go up a little bit. There. My favorite drugstore foundations, powders, bronzers, and highlighters. I'm not gonna do everything drugstore because that would be way too long of a video, so I'm gonna break it off into like two, because it could get painful because there's a lot. So I'm just gonna step right in to it. I'm gonna start with foundation. I'll be honest, ever since I've discovered the drugstore foundations, I use these way more than I use my expensive high-end foundations, because these just give me such great results and they are a fraction of the price. A fraction. I will just start with, these are in no particular order. I love them all. Well, actually there is one that I love the best, and so I will save that one for the end. The first one is the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation. I'm in the color Buff Bisque. This was $4.99. I think I got it at Walmart. And this one assures you will not have photo flashback. They tested it in under 7 light conditions, and it is really great. I have very dry skin, and this is, it's not matte, so you do not have a matte finish. So if you like the matte, if you're oily, you may not love this, but it's really good for my skin. And the applicator is really nice because it's just like this, it looks like this. So you can just take it and just draw like lines all over your face. You don't have to get your hands dirty. So that's nice. I like the applicator. But yeah, the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation is good. Put that there. Next is the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth. And this one does also come in a matte one, but I can't do anything matte. So you do have an option if you're oily. This one I'm not crazy about. You have to pour it out. There's no like pump or anything. But once again, this just gives me a nice dewy look. It doesn't get all caked in. It lasts all day long. I am the color, what color am I? 110 Porcelain. So I love the Maybelline, and it's just the, oh, it's Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth. Good one. Really good one. Okay, this next one is the one that I have on today, and this is the LA Girl Pro Coverage. I get this at CVS. I think most places carry this. This was very inexpensive once again. Like, I want to say like $5 maybe 6. Now this one, if you are oily, you do not want this. When I apply this, my face looks almost wet. Okay, and this is a very full coverage too, so a little bit goes a long way. But I really, really like this. If you're oily, I think it would be way too much. It has kind of a funky smell. I don't love this smell. This color is not really even the best color for me. They didn't have a really big color selection, so this is Porcelain. It's very yellow, but I'm able to make it work. I usually am more go for the pinky undertone foundations, but this was pretty much the only one that would kind of work for me. But this is really good if you have dry skin. Go light because it's heavy coverage. It's good. I love it. And my last foundation, and this one is definitely a dupe for the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation. I think it's like in the 60s. It costs like 60 something dollars, and I have that one and I really like it until I got a hold of these. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, and these also come in a matte. And so some people, I am 100% dry, so I have to use anything with a glow, but some people will mix, and this is maybe like $6.99 or $7.99, $8.99, under $10. So sometimes I've seen people mix a little bit of the glow and a little bit of the matte if you're kind of like a mixed skin, whatever, you know what I'm saying. But this right here, so I am color 201 is too light for me. 204 is pretty dark. Sometimes I'll mix these together. I can make either one of them work, but this is my number one. This is my go-to. When I travel, this is what I take. It is a 100% dupe for, like I said, the Armani. I love this. I won't buy the Armani again. When it's out, it's out. There's no point. Why? When you can spend like under $10 and have the exact same look. This gives me a nice glow on my skin. It lasts all day long. It doesn't get cakey. It doesn't seep into any fine lines. I love it. So if you were going to start with one of these, I would highly recommend going with L'Oreal. And like I said, they have a matte version or they have the glow. All right. Those are the foundations. So I have 4. If you have any drugstore foundations that are really good, please comment and let me know, because I'm always looking for another one, but it has to be for dry skin. It cannot be anything matte. I do not like a matte look. So no, nothing matte. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to concealer. There's 2 concealers that I really like. The first is the Maybelline Fit Me, and I am in 15 Fair. This is such a good concealer. There's really not a lot to say. It doesn't get cakey. It doesn't get into my fine lines. It lasts. I love the color. It's a very good color for me. I love this foundation or concealer. Love it, love it, love it. And the other one is the LA Girl Pro Concealer High Def. I think this is $3.99, and the applicator for this is a brush. It's funny because this looks really yellow along with this is what I have on today too. I have this for my concealer. It looks really yellow on, as does the foundation, but once I get it all buffed in, I love the look that it gives me. So, I mean, you could get yourself concealer and foundation for I think under $10. Yeah. So, oh, and in this, I'm porcelain. This is the lightest light. I tried the vanilla and it was horrible on me. I had to return it. And so this is the lightest one that they have. And it's not super light. It's not one of those that are, it's not going to give you this white under, you know, under your eyes look. But it does brighten under your eyes. So these are the top. Love these. Love, love, love. And I am on the lookout for other concealers. So if there are any other concealers, then let me know. All right, powder. I have one loose powder that I use for setting my under eyes when I use concealer. And this, it's the Maybelline Fit Me in 05 Fair. This is 100% a dupe for the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. That powder is probably I think it's like $34, $38. And this is, I want to say, like $5.99. It literally, I don't know if and I have been wearing the Laura Mercier powder since my daughter, I was pregnant with her, and she's almost 11. So that tells you I was so loyal to that powder for so many years. But this, I really don't think I'll buy the other one again. Why? When this gives me the exact same results, it's what I have on today. It's not, it doesn't dry out. It doesn't give me a dry look under my eyes. It just sets everything. So and the reason that I set my concealer is so I don't get that creases, because if you use concealer, you don't want to just leave it. That's when it gets really creased. You always want to set it, and I prefer to set with a loose setting powder. It's just my thing. But anyway, and I like the container too that it comes in, or the packaging. It's like that. I love this loose setting powder. It's awesome. So get it. And if you like Laura Mercier, that powder, then I think you will love, love, love this. And like I said, I think I'm in the lightest color. No, I know I am. Okay, now for pressed powders. The pressed powder that I have on today is the Wet n Wild Photofocus. So it's from the same line as the foundation that I told you about. The No Flashback, they tested it. And this is just a really finely milled powder. It is so wonderful. I'm trying to think what it's a dupe for. Maybe the MAC, whatever the MAC kind of like glowy setting powder is. I feel like this is really similar, but it is just, oh, I love this powder. And I want to say this was like maybe $3.99 or $4.99. Walmart. Yeah. So this is the Wet n Wild, and I am in Warm Light 821E. I think it's the lightest. I always get the lightest. The next powder that I really love is the Maybelline Fit Me Set and Smooth. And this one does have a matte, some kind of matte. So obviously I don't ever go for anything matte, but this, once again, I love it. It's a great powder. I do prefer the Wet n Wild more. So if you were gonna do one, I would do Wet n Wild. But then this is definitely my second favorite. I love, 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 love. Oh, and I am in 110 Porcelain. And then the last powder I have is from L'Oreal. It's the Infallible Pro Glow. So it's the same line as the foundation, my #1 foundation I love. And this one is kind of interesting because you have, I don't know if you can really tell, but there's kind of like a glowy, little bit of shimmer, and then this is a matte. I don't feel like it gives a big shimmery or glowy look when I use it. I think it's fine, but I wouldn't repurchase this. But I do like it. It gives a great result. It's not cakey, you know. It checks all the boxes of what I like from a powder. But I would just do the Wet n Wild over buying this again. But I do use it. But I just don't think it's not like one of those that I'm like, oh, you know. But it's good. It's good. If you're a L'Oreal lover, then you'll like it. All right. Bronzer. Bronzer I love. Bronzer I have to use because I am pale, 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 pale. So the first one is by Neutrogena. I've been using this one for quite a while. I have it in 30 Sunkissed, which that's the only color I ever really see when I go. It's just a nice matte. You can see it gives you 4 little shades, but I just swish my brush around. I love this. It just gives me a nice matte. It gives me some color to my skin. It's a good one. Next is Elf. And it's the same kind of, this is in golden, and it's kind of the same type, the 4 little colors that I switched together. Now this one does have a little bit of a sheen to it. So if you're really oily, you may not like this because sometimes when I use it, it gives me kind of like a glow, which could easily turn looking greasy. But this is like, I think $4. So this is Elf. I feel like Elf is a great brand for #1 if you're on a budget and just don't have a lot to spend on makeup. Elf. And if you're a teen, if you have a teenage daughter that's getting into makeup and you don't want to break the bank, I would go towards Elf because I mean their brushes are like $1, $2. They have really great brushes, which I'm gonna do a whole video on all my drugstore brushes because I have a ton. But anyway, Elf. So this is, I like this stuff, and it's in golden, which I think that's the only color I remember seeing when I bought it. I've had this for a long time. Okay, now for baked, I have 2 baked bronzers. The first is Milani Baked Bronzer, and this is in 04 Glow. So it looks like this. This one definitely gives you shimmer. It's so pretty though. I love it. It doesn't turn orangey looking. And so it's just nice if you just want like that. And you know, and I like to apply this more with a duo fiber brush. So it's like a lighter application. Since it is shimmer, you can see there's like little gold kind of streaked through it. This is, if you like baked bronzers, I really, really like this one. And my other baked bronzer, and this is a lighter. This is by Makeup Revolution, Vivid Baked Bronzer in Golden Days. So you can see if you want something, because I think this is the lightest color that Milani had. So you can kind of see the difference in the two. So if you're wanting a lighter baked bronzer, I would go with the Makeup Revolution. It doesn't have as much gold running through it, and it's just a little lighter, but it is still kind of going to give you that glowy, bronzy look. It's not a matte, but this is a really great one. I love it. And then my last but not least, my very favorite bronzer. It's the one that I have on today. I've been using this for a couple years. It is so wonderful, and it smells like you're on a holiday somewhere tropical. It is the Butter Bronzer, and I have it in light bronzer. So they come out with a bronzer, which is a little darker, and it was way dark. I bought it and I was like, whoa, it looked orange on me, but this is just like the perfect color. This is a satin finish, so it's not matte, 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 but it's not glowy, and it smells so good, and it's so soft. And this is my #1 favorite drugstore bronzer. So if you were gonna get one from all of these, I would 100% go with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I just can't say enough good things about it. And like, if you watch videos on YouTube, I've never seen anyone not like this bronzer. It is just the bomb. I love it. Moving on to highlights, there's a lot. I'm gonna start with the one that I have on today. It is like serious. Can you see? It is just like a wet, if you like just that wet highlight right here, Flower Beauty. This is Drew Barrymore, the actress. This is her beauty line, and it's sold at Walmart. And then I think you can get it on her website, but check these out. I mean, They are so beautiful. So you get a gold, and then you get a really just a light neutral, and then a pink. So I'm going to do my fingers like this. I don't know if this is... Anyway, they are just really gorgeous. I am horrible at doing this. Anyway, these are so good. Get them. Walmart, like I said, Walmart. Not all Walmarts carry it. I had to go to a certain one that I found that I carried it in the store, but you can also order them. But I love them. They just give you, like I said, they're just like a very gorgeous wet. They feel very high end. And I think this is a little bit pricier for drugstore, like $13, I think. And then you do get a little brush. I don't use the brush because this is not how I like to apply a highlighter at all, but it does come with a brush. Okay. Next up, a lot of people probably know about this one. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter, and this is the first color that came out. It's kind of darker for me. It's in molten gold, so it's very gold tone, but I still wear it. I don't really care. I mean, a lot of times when people are fair skinned, they're like, I'm not gonna wear gold highlight. Oh, I wear it. I wear what I want, you know? If I like it, I'm wearing it. But it's like, you can see, it is, there you go. It is gorgeous. And they have just come out with 2 other colors, like a holographic color, and then I think a more pinky toned, which I don't usually go for pinky tone. I usually do gold or just kind of a neutral highlight. But these by Maybelline are wonderful. Very high quality. Like they go on and they look like a very high end. It's this one right here, but you can see it's pretty gold, but look at that. Wet n Wild has really nice highlighters too, and this is I think $2.99, and this is a color that's very my kind of color. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in Blossom Glow. So this is just, you can see it's so pretty, and it's just much, doesn't, obviously it's not that gold tone, so it just gives you like kind of like more like I have on today, just a very like a wet, these are they give you that kind of wet highlight look, but it's just not as intense as a gold. It's really nice, and this does come in a couple other shades and like $3. You cannot beat that. Let's go with, ooh, this is a really good one too. This is Pixi, the brand Pixi that's sold at Target. And this is their Glowy Powder in London Luster. And this is gives you, if you like that really wet highlight look, this does it. And this is a good color. I love this highlight. I'm gonna show it there. Yeah, so it's intense. It is like an intense highlighter, but it is so, which here I feel like it's not showing, it doesn't look as like great as those, but it is. I'm just not good at doing the swatching. But, and it comes in a little like screw top, but this is Pixi. So this is a good one. Target. Okay. In Essence, they have a nice, if you want a really natural, if you're like just getting into highlighting, you're like, I don't want to look wet, I don't want to look like greasy, or you're just learning how to apply highlighter, then this Essence Pure Nude Highlighter in Be My Highlight is a good one because it's a very light highlight. You would have to put on a ton, because it says it's a nude. I mean, you can see here, it's just, I mean, it doesn't even look super highlighty. It is a highlighter though. So if I want something really toned down, then this is a highlighter. That's good. But the swatching, it just, I'm not, there, you can kind of see right there. So this is good for just beginning Essence, and I think I got this at Ulta. I think is where I found this. Maybe, I don't know. That's where I'm able to find it. Okay, for another cheap, like $3 highlighter, we got Elf. And this is Moonlight, and I love this highlighter. It's this small little, just, it's so good. It's just so pretty. Whatever. It's good, and like I said, it's $3. You can't beat it. I mean, it's $3, you know? But this is also a good one if you're starting out, or if you want like a more natural highlight, not like bam in someone's face where they're like, whoa. Okay, Elf. I like this, and once again, this is like $4 or $5. It's 4 different colors. I typically just used the pink and this. I mixed these together. These are a lot kind of darker for me. They have a lot of kick up. So when you put your brush in, you'll see a lot of powder. But for the price, I'm running out of clean fingers to swatch anything. For the price, which is, like I said, like not much. No, that swatch isn't going to do anything. I think that they're good. And like when I think of these, I think if you are on a budget or if you have like a teenager that's getting into makeup, then this is good. But honestly, I would go with the Wet n Wild before this one if you really want a good payoff. Okay, I only have 2 left and then I'm done. Another yeah. Okay, here's a Wet n Wild, and this is cute. Like, I honestly probably bought it because it was animal print, like an animal. But this is going back to the gold because I do love the gold. It is just a really pretty gold color. I love it. And then it does have some pink, and so you are getting a swirl of different colors when you know, swirl your brush around. But this is just this is the good one too, and very inexpensive. And then the last highlighter is by Physicians Formula, and this actually can be used as an eyeshadow. They say eyeshadow, bronzer, blush, oh boy, everything. And this is a Miami Strip Healthy Glow Bronzer. So it looks like this. So when I use it, I usually just take my brush and go through all the colors. But you could just, if you just wanted that light highlight, it's pretty. But this would be like kind of mini uses, but I just think it's a really pretty, it's more gold because I swish them all together, but it's not as intense as like the Maybelline is super gold. This one is less intense. And it's even kind of less intense, I feel like, than this good old animal print one. Yeah, so I think I covered, these are all the, I'm like a mess right now, but these are all of the drugstore products I really discovered in 2017 that I love. There's been some that I'm just like, bad quality, return or throw away or give to someone else. But all of these look good. If they can look good on my pale skin tone, then they can look good on just about probably anybody's skin tone. But I would repurchase just about all of these. Maybe a couple I'm like, nah. But these are just really good. Yeah. I'm not going to keep rambling because that's just what I'm doing right now. But hopefully this helped. Let me know if you have any drugstore products that you absolutely love that I haven't mentioned. Because I'm always up for finding new treats, especially drugstore, when it's like I can go in and get something for like $3 instead of like $30. That's $4. I mean, that's always a bonus, right? All right. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.